Hi, everyone. It's Susan Winter here. Hi, how are you guys doing? I love it. There are already 26 people here. We have a surprise for you. I have a co-host. Little Nika is sleeping on the couch. So I just want to say hi to everybody. Thank you for joining me. Let's do a quick country shout out. Tell me where you're from. I want to see what's going on. Now, listen, today we are having a conversation on whelming, being whelmed. I'm sure many of you have never heard that term. It was actually new to me as well. Dallas, okay, Berlin, the Netherlands. Yes, Judith is from the Netherlands. And so what I think is so interesting about this, Vienna, Austria, Serbia, good morning, good morning. I love the fact, I think I've told you guys before, most every coach I know that's in my field has a predominantly American audience. And from day one, perhaps it was the best-selling book that was international, but I've always had an international audience. 60% of my client base is outside of the US. And that can be London, Toronto, Mexico City, Geneva, Paris. I've always had Australia, I've always had a very wide reach. So I think that's really cool. And I welcome all of you here. Estonia, oh my goodness, Clearwater, Florida. Albania, the two-headed, is that a dragon? Yeah, I think that's the flag. Let's see where else. Morocco, oh my goodness, that was on my bucket list and I never made it there. Okay, Sweden, okay. Edo, I hope that's right. Let's see, a Hungarian in Portugal. Unknown artist, have you written me a video request? That kind of sounds familiar. I'm not sure. We get about 20 or 30 of these every day. It's a lot. Okay, let's see. Syria. Oh my goodness. Albuquerque. Okay, Ireland, London. You guys, welcome, welcome. So we are continuing the series on bad behavior. The point is that I want all of you to know a term in case you have to call somebody out or you need to refer to it. This is a new one for me, whelming, being whelmed. And I got to give a shout out to my girl, Clarissa Silva, behavioral scientist. You'll see all the information in the article link below. Clarissa is a good buddy. We have weekly chats to keep me sane and to keep her sane because she's somebody I really trust in this field. I've seen her break down a situation in about 15 minutes and get a whole group of people that are not on the same page, all feeling like they got their needs met, and somehow there's a brilliant solution. So her interview was transferred from Hello Giggles to a Vogue. But let me start right now with the definition. Manchester, England. Hi, Brunders. I'm not sure. Charlotte, North Carolina. My cousin lives there. That's great. Saudi Arabia. I have some clients in Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Louisa, that you love my videos. Okay. Whelming was coined by a journalist named Patia Braithwaite. And I hope I'm saying that properly. My Brits will probably know. So this is not my phrase. And I would assume it comes from the term being overwhelmed. Whelming is when you connect with somebody online. Let's say they're a match of yours. And the first thing out of the gate, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't keep you straight. I have so many people. I mean, I open up my site and it's just like hundreds of comments. Which one are you? Are you Dallas or London? I don't remember. Which John are you? I have so many people. So whelming means the affected PR release that they have so many romantic options. You are just one of many. So get in the back of the queue because they are massively desired. Now, why would somebody do this? As those of you on my community page so eloquently stated, you know this game when you see it. This need to boast, false advertising, is always done when a person is insecure. The most confident people don't need to tell you who they are. The richest people don't even need to show you the cars and the toys and the planes. They couldn't care less because they're not even playing that game because it's so natural for them. So people who are insecure and want you to want them will make it right away that they're here and you're there. And you are so, so lucky that they've even bothered to talk to you today. Now, sometimes, considering the situation, you might bite the bait. And this is what we don't want you to do. We don't want you to bite the bait. We want you to see it for what it is. And everyone on the community page, what I loved is they said, oh, I hate that. Oh my God, that's like no go. That is a person I don't like at all. And I'm really happy that they know this. And you know why? Because it's a turnoff. If somebody is baiting you with how incredible they are, I had somebody say to me once, I have to worry about people that try and sell themselves too hard. So let me just see what you guys are saying. I understand why someone would do it, but I'm not interested in anyone who needs to do it. I'm insecure myself, but I still would not play those games. Aunt DJ111. It takes a very secure person to say they're insecure. So I might have to fight you on that a little bit. Bravo. We're all insecure. You guys, I did a video on this years ago. I'm insecure. You're insecure. I'm confident, but I also have insecurities. I'm not inherently insecure, but every human being, we would rather be accepted than neglected. We would rather be a priority than not a priority. We all have this. So when you see that person that appears to be impervious, they are just like, oh my God, I've got it all together. They oftentimes take our breath away, not because it's real, but because we're wondering, how do you keep the act up? Oh my God, that must be exhausting, right? It's like, how do you do it? I'm so impressed. You never fail, you never stumble. This is impossible. And then we start watching them. Oh, B, heart, 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 heart. Love and light to everyone. Thank you, B. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to show that. Everyone is insecure. Sarah, yes. Okay. What is confidence? So we got a little title here that maybe you're looking at it going, oh, whelmed. That's kind of a boring show. I don't think I want to do that. You showed up anyway, so I'm going to give you the real meat. So in dating, we tend to see when somebody's trying to over posture. We tend to feel it right away. And if somebody breaks up with us and they tell us how many people that want them, right? Social media. You guys ever see Instagram? Oh my God, why do people just take a picture of themselves on a tarmac with a private plane? Like, really? Is that a part of your day-to-day lifestyle? If that were your mode of transportation, normally, you'd never show it to me. You don't need to say it. So there's a time that social media can actually make fairly confident, healthy people feel less than. You can start to look at somebody's curated lifestyle and go, oh my God, I'm having the most boring life. They've gone here, 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 and here. Well, I'm filming this during COVID, so nobody's going anywhere. But, it's, we live in a very unique and interesting time period where there is so much false information on every level and so much posturing. And the daunting task of being real, being honest with yourself, and having the courage to express that to another person and being okay and solid with who you are is a goal to be esteemed in and of itself. So social media, this whole thing, again, to get back to my friend Clarissa, she calls it vanity validation. Means it's like people have a vanity project. Oh yes, I've written a book, and they buy all the books themselves to drive their book to a #1 or whatever. People used to do that stuff, buy all their records, or EPs or whatever you call them. So this is the interesting thing. We're all struggling for our sense of self-esteem. So at the bottom of all of this is the discussion of healthy self-esteem. How do we present ourselves in a way that's healthy? You know what whelming is now. Nobody's going to be able to pull that one over on you. And you can just say to somebody that's trying to whelm you in real life or online, say, if you have to tell me that, it's actually a turnoff. I'm not interested in being one of scores of people trying to get your attention. That's just... First of all, I just think it's really inelegant for you to tell me that. It lacks taste. It's kind of crude, really, and obvious. Use whatever words you like. I love words. But what we're talking about is, if you know what whelming is and being whelmed, what would confident look like? What is confident? Do you know confident when you see it? Or do you know pretend confident? And sometimes in relationships, you guys are all looking for the magic bullet. Susan, tell me the one thing that'll never hurt me again. I can see in the very beginning they're going to be a bad person. I can stay away from them. I don't have it for you. I don't. We learn all the steps. We learn all the tools. We get all the game. It's trial and error, and sometimes people are really good. And you can go through a couple months and you're like, oh my God, I found the perfect person. Then they come out of their bag. But trust all the time. Your internal computer is reading everything. So trust your gut. Your eyes are seeing what they want to see. Most of us pick with our eyes. We see what looks luscious, want to jam the qualities into it, and that's an issue for us. But what we really want to do is start to look for, here's high self-esteem. Here's a great thing. Who makes you feel comfortable, relaxed, and okay in their presence? That's my caliber of human being. When somebody is so at peace with themselves that they're not reactive, defensive, posturing to you, that is healthy self-esteem. So now I know you're live, not for nothing. I'm supposed to be looking at you and talking to you. So, okay. So, oh, Shelley Dooney. I know Shelley. I've worked with her. We had a big entire day. A day with Susan. Love this woman. Let's see. My ex ghosted me 3 months ago last week. He came to my house trying to talk to me. I didn't open. I'm not interested. I don't want to go back. Hang on. Back to relationships. What he did is disrespectful. I'm happy now. B, this is wonderful. And you were the one that sent us all hearts. You could have been miserable. You know, I think we have to look at dating and relationships differently. I think we have to look at it less of the transit about them and more of us. We're the one active component that's going from relationship to relationship. We are the ones who are learning our own skill set. We are learning to identify good, not good, possible. We're the ones who are being fearless and courageous and speaking our truth and being who we are and showing up, saying what we want, saying what we need, having boundaries while we have love and hope and dreams. All the time, taking in the information of what is real and what is good and what is pure and comparing it with our gut and how it feels. And sometimes when you're doing that, you're going to walk into something that everybody around you goes, no. Oh, don't do that. Oh my goodness. And you know what? You're going to say, yeah, I'm going to give this one a shot. Because you feel something. You feel it and you trust yourself. At the end of all of this, you guys, it's not about trusting them. It is about trusting you, trusting yourself. That's the person we want to trust. Okay, so where are we now? Kathy M says, I think they say that because upon meeting you, they have already judged you and you're not their type. Easy way to get out of it. Yeah, it could be, yeah, I've got so many people, I don't have time for you. Hello, Susan. How to deal with a partner that, hang on, no, why did I lose it? Okay, how to deal with a partner that still wants to meet other people who might get interested in them? I wouldn't do that. What? So the big thing that I've been saying to all my clients this week, because things come in packs, I don't know why, but they just do. You got to start with people who just, if you want a committed relationship, and I'm assuming most of you want somebody that wants you, just you alone. So like, why would you start with somebody that wants you and maybe wants to see other people too? That's not fair. What, they're going to test drive you and like get back to you? And you know what happens at the end of that? They never make a decision. The best people to start off with, if you want a relationship, are the move your fishing to the pond where they have motivated people that they are ready, willing, and able to be in a committed relationship. They want this. They're hungry for it. That's your group. You're still going to have to filter through them. I don't know. I commend you all. You love easily. I do too. But this is where we have to be smart. Let's see. Kathy M. You always say if they don't pick you, then they are not meant to be in your life. They could be a lesson for us. And maybe the lesson is as simple. We got to pick ourselves. Okay. Shelley, of course I remember you. My God, when I spend 5 hours with somebody, you think I'm not going to remember them? Amazing. We started here and went on a level so spiritual. It was like, you never know where you're going to go with a client. That's the thing. It's like, you never know. My whole thing, and when I talk to you guys, is I try to find a language that you will understand. You know, great teachers don't just tell you their way. They hunt for how to speak your language. They learn to talk to you. That's the point. I used to have some teachers in college that, made the whole class feel stupid. That wasn't a great teacher. That was an ego that's a lot like this. They were trying to whelm us with their knowledge. The best teachers were the ones that really sought to teach us so that we would learn. Okay, let's see. What to do to raise my confidence to be able to be in love? Mahmoud. Okay. Identify what you would like to have as far as your relationship. Get very clear on that. I'm sorry, this sounds so rudimentary, but I have to say it over and over and over again. Figure out what you want, because if you don't know, you won't even know where to aim your attention. And start to look for people who want that. We lose confidence by practicing failure. This is why I tell you guys, I use one of the analogies that if I'm hitting balls poorly on the driving range, even if I'm chipping or putting, I'll take a break for a moment. I don't want to practice failure and get it into my muscle memory and get it into my head. So for those of you who play golf, there might be that certain hole that you always hook, you always slice, you're always in that bunker. And every time you see it, you're like, I'm not going to go there this time. And you've got to redirect your mental movie to go to another location so that you see success. Part of the time, we're lacking confidence because we've either had no experience in dating. Of course, how could you have confidence in something you've just begun? Or two, we've dated a pool of people that, like so many of my clients have, dated the same person, different, I call it repeats. Same package, different, same contents, different package, right? So you date the same person over and over again that rejects you, doesn't want a relationship. Of course, you're going to lack confidence. You've learned to lack confidence. So, let's see. John Johnson, you are welcome, my dear. I probably skipped a lot of these. Angie says, I'm picking up in the middle of here. Oh, somebody else says I'm in a sim. Okay, Cody. I have an ex of 5 years in a rebound for a couple of months now. Is that a rebound with you? She reaches out every couple of weeks with breadcrumbs. Is it safe to say she's lacking something in the relationship if she's reaching out? Yes! Yes! Come on, guys, you know this. You know this. You know this. Trust yourselves. This is good. Chung Lee's TV says, I'm in a similar situation, but I'm giving it a shot and have decided that I'm exploring things for now. How do I know that it's time to stop the exploration and take the decision? And how? Do you mean, I'm thinking you mean to filter and start to focus on one person? So here's the thing about dating. I like to see people date with a purpose and intention. It's kind of like when I see these people go out on a marketing thing. They just want to get some controversial attention, but they don't have a package underneath. They don't have a focus. So we need to have that. We need to have a game plan. Why are you dating? What are you wanting? What are you looking for? You've got to know why you're doing it, where you're going. Okay, so then you have to meet the people that would make prospective candidates that could pair with you, people you find agreeable, that you like, that you feel some connection with, and test them out. maybe they look cute in their profile, they were good at writing, and when you get them in person, they're really boring, or they're self-absorbed in something you didn't see before. So what we're trying to do is get very specific on what we want, and then look at all the people that fall into that category as a possible partner. And from that group, we select and start narrowing the process, because you might have some overlaps. True. You might be kind of testing out somebody and somebody new comes along that you're like, wow, you're not sure you want to get rid of this one. You don't have enough knowledge to jump straight to commit to this one. That's tricky, and it has to be stated honestly, just so you can stay clean on your end. By the way, I need to tell you, I am seeing a couple of people. That's not my end goal. I would ask that you say this. This is not my end goal. It is the process I'm trying to see, because I like to give people, at least give somebody, if you like them, a 1-month test run. Just close the doors to everybody else. Say, I'm currently seeing somebody right now I want to explore. That's my process. So let's, I'll, if it doesn't work out, I'll be back in a month. Okay, so where are we now? Okay. Cody, my ex, does that random. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's Gopnik. Okay, yeah, you don't. So when exes reach out like that, I'm thinking they dropped you. So if your ex who broke up with you contacts you routinely while they're in a relationship, they're testing the waters because you were the safe person. So if they're feeling unloved, not a priority in their current relationship, they may reach out to you just to get their feet grounded, but it doesn't mean they want you. You need more than that, okay? Let's see, where are you guys? You say, thank you, Susan, you're a lifesaver. Okay, Shelley, my darling, what do you say? No, decide what you want. Yes, choose from that group that wants the same thing. Shelley, you got it. Yes. Okay. Lady is Jiberg. How do I fall in love with someone? Okay, hang on. How do I fall in love with someone who would make a great partner but does not look good? Can we be real here? You can't make yourself do that. I got to tell you the story, okay? I had a girlfriend who said to me, Susan, you know what your problem is? She said, you only date good-looking guys. And I said, yeah, the problem is. And she said, well, that's a problem. I said, why? I have no problem with it. So yes, my long-term partners were good-looking. I like good-looking. I'm sure you do too. And I asked a friend, I thought, wow, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Let me see. So I asked a friend who was a male prostitute. I said to him, do you pick your Johns? Like, how do you do this? And he goes, oh my God, of course I do. He said, I don't just go with anybody. I don't need the money that much. He said, I've got to find them attractive. And I had gone out with a couple guys who were patently repulsive. I mean, I could hardly get through having my Diet Coke and some chips with them. I liked them as people, but I was just trying. I thought, am I shallow? What's wrong? And I realized, no, this is romance. You've got to feel so much attraction to a human being that they are gorgeous to you. If they're not gorgeous, they're your gorgeous, because there's so much in that composition. So it's like a wheel. You're not going to get 90% gorgeous and then try and get 10% quality of human being. But the intelligence, the humor, the wit, the style, the warmth, the kindness can make that we can fall in love with people that are not patently gorgeous to other people. But if we don't have all those component pieces in line, there's no way we can look at somebody who is visually agreeable and say, oh my God, I'm going to try and make myself fall in love with them. It shouldn't be a task. This is love. You're going to be all over that person. You got to like exploring that terrain, and you don't want to be repulsed. And believe me, I don't know about men, but I know this is true about women. I have seen women that have had pretty gorgeous bodybuilders, models, actors, and then they marry a guy that's like, he's a guy. He's not perfect. He's not bad, but he's not, you'd never notice him in a crowd. He's not memorable, but he was their guy. And they are so happy. And they didn't choose from looks. They chose from everything put together, the aggregate of what the man brings to the table, and mostly how they feel about themselves in his presence. That's really key, guys. So this whole thing about whelming and everything I've said today, the test is, how do you feel in their presence? What level of human kindness, compassion, authenticity do they bring to the table that would even make them a candidate? Because when you are with them, you can be the best you. This is what we're looking for. Let's see what else. Being honest and direct. SM says being honest and direct is sexy, and that's confidence. But some individuals seek quick validation and need followers. Right on, of course, yes. Went from talking almost every day to, hang on, you guys, this thing jumps. I don't know if I've lost this. Oh, God, hang on, lost this. Rosa, the attraction between him and I was initially so great. He withdrew his troubled past. I told him to trust the process of love. His answer, stop that esoteric blah, blah. Okay, so you can be incredibly attracted to somebody and have a lot in common with them. There are some people who are like the jumping horses. Like if you've got a jumper and they stall, right, at the hedge, and they don't, like, their job is to jump, right? And they don't. They've got fears. And there are people that no matter what we do, no matter what I do with my clients, the person they're dealing with has fear or resistance or can't, or they're too busy, or they're too whatever, and I don't know, and my plumbing is wrong in my house, and my website's broken, and I don't know what's happening. They just don't do it. So remember the story I told you guys about the 18-year-old farrier, the guy that cuts the horse's feet, that said the most incredible thing to me. He goes, I thought my love could heal her. No, we can't. Love heals, but you got to be with somebody who wants to be there. Okay. Okay, Lala. It's really hard for me to find people I find attractive. Am I doing something wrong? Well, maybe what you mean by attractive is compelling. See, attraction, we think it's visual. And for shorthand, I say to you that we pick with our eyes. But we actually have this very sophisticated, okay, Susan language. This is not science. This is Susan language. I believe we have a very sophisticated internal computer that racks up everything. All the input is when we see somebody, we're going on our gut instincts, how we feel. We're going energetically. We are picking up micro gestures. We are reading all of this, and we are coming with a gut reaction to somebody. We can find people attractive that we wouldn't notice across a room. But maybe in your case, the word attraction, you're talking about just this. So if you start to tune in to all of this, your computer may give you something different that actually draws you to that person. Content is sexy. Intelligence is attractive. Warmth is beautiful. So, my girlfriend had a husband who, for 25 years, treated her so terribly. I know he loved her, but his own ego was in such deep peril that he had to keep systematically, psychologically destroying her. And she's met somebody, they're separated, who makes her feel like a queen. This is a man you would never place with this woman, and she's crazy about him. And believe me, she's that pretty. He treats her like a queen. He's bright. There's a problem. He's on it. He's masculine. She can lean back. She can trust that she's in the hands of a man that knows how to be in right order. You would never pair them together. They look like the odd couple. And she's wild for him. Believe me, she likes pretty. But this guy had all the right components. Well, this has been an interesting conversation today. I'm going to read one more and then I'm going to wrap it up. You guys are so awesome. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? You guys, what do you want me to read here? Somebody wrote something upside down. I can't see that. Let's see. What if you've been put in the discovery phase? Okay, Lisa writes, what exactly does that mean? Have I ever heard that terminology? Well, there are a lot of different teachers out here, so who knows if somebody gave it to them. So if you're in a heterosexual dating situation, I'm guessing that maybe some male coaches have said, I think you mean discovery phases where they're filtering. Is that, I have some, you guys, this is why I oftentimes I'll say to you, I'm resistant to answer questions like on one-liners. So discovery phase, if I were to use that term, I wouldn't, but I guess that means I'm in my filtering process. I'm discovering what we have here. So are they talking about you? I'm discovering what I have with you, or I'm discovering what I want. It could be both at the same time. If somebody's in a discovery phase, that means they're not clear. Okay, discovery phase is gathering information, right? You don't know the answer yet. So you're treading water with this one, okay? You guys, I'm going to sign off pretty soon. I like to keep these short so that they're not huge in bites for you to read. Okay, at MK, players never get far with me. Yeah, good for you. Everyone, oh, Heather, you are so awesome. And seeing the divine spark in others makes everyone shine. Thank you, Susan. Heather, I recognize your names. I answer as many of your comments as I can on these videos. And I really, really appreciate your unbelievably kind, thoughtful, generous, and wonderful commentary. And I love the fact that you all work kind of as a group. I do believe that regardless of what we're seeing in this time period with dating and all the craziness, and half the time is like, if I wrote a book that was 2 sentences long, it'd be, it's not me, it's you. Because there's some crazy stuff out there. The people who are on this channel have already done what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? How can I correct myself? So you already do that. That's a self-aware person. A person that doesn't want to do their work goes, it's always you, it's always you. But you guys do that. So when you see somebody that's making you nuts and that they're not acting rationally, just go, danger, danger, warning, warning. This is not somebody I can play with. They're confused. They're making me confused. Something doesn't feel right. Something isn't right. We're just giving you the technical expertise to see what it is and see what pieces of the puzzle are missing for that person, and then how you respond to it. Okay, let's see. Lisa Weber, yes, you are welcome. Thank you so much. You guys, L. Donovan, thank you, Susan, giving you warmth. Oh, let's see, you give so much warmth and makes me cry sometimes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are beautiful. B, thank you, everyone. No more dating games for you guys because you are going to know every trick of the book. I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick yet, but we're going to talk about it and then we're going to dive deep. Because you probably know the terms, you know what they mean, but we're going to take it to another level. I adore all of you. I will be answering you till this thing cuts off fully. They give me a couple minutes after I end the stream, and then I'll be picking up your comments when this goes into the feed that everybody can see. Thank you for joining me today. You are awesome, wonderful. I wish you love, peace, happiness. You are going to be an informed dater that knows what you want and can clearly decide this is a yes, this is a no. This is something I may want to investigate. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thank you very much. Nika and I say goodbye. Bye-bye.